first learned of Michelle through another school teacher. They teach together, and I got an email from Shaderi, and Shaderi just said that her friend had been living in a shelter with her and her 4 children. And of course, whenever you hear about anybody living in a shelter, I think it just tugs at your heart. But to especially hear about a school teacher living in a shelter, I think it just does something different to you.
A lot of people are one paycheck from being homeless themselves. I never thought, being a college graduate, working full-time, that I'd ever be in a homeless situation with my children.
But you know, we got one more thing that we want to do. We just thought it would be good if you didn't have to live in a shelter anymore. So the church bought a house. This is your new house. Hey, turn the lights off when we can see that joint.
I met Christina Davis first at Zion Church. I knew her as a phenomenal singer, and through mutual friends got to know her and her family a little more, and found out that Sean Davis was actually experiencing kidney failure.
3 days a week I have to get treatment 4.5 hours, and then, you know, I pass out after a lot of treatments. I can't function, I can't help my wife take care of the kids, I can't do anything because I'm incapacitated. It's been rough.
We know that you've had medical issues and you've been struggling financially. We know you spend close to $800 a month just for co-pays to get Sean back and forth to his medical appointments. That's a lot of money. So what we've decided to do is to alleviate that a little. We've decided that we want to pay your rent for the next 6 months.
Mike had simply put out a prayer request just asking that we would pray for Micah because she was born with a really critical situation where I believe it was the right side of her heart. The valves were broken, they weren't functioning properly, and things were at a really, really critical, delicate state.
She was born with 3 congenital heart defects and also Down syndrome. 70% of the blood on her right side of her heart went backwards, and 30% on the left side that goes up to the circulation went backwards. So they were like amazed that she even survived, that she made it to birth.
Just learning more about her story and the fact that, you know, on a day-to-day basis, on a week-to-week basis, things are tight. You know, she's in a situation where because of the care that Micah gets, she needs state medical care. But with state medical care, she's only allowed to make a certain amount of money every month. Well, guess what? She still has real bills and things that need to get taken care of.
What we really want to do is to kind of give you some financial breathing room. And so we have a little check for you. And we just thought this might help give you some breathing room. It's a check from Zion Church for $10,000 for you and your family.
My brother-in-law, Darren, has been diagnosed with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and that's more easily known as COPD. COPD can result from emphysema, as it has with him, and as a result of having COPD, his lungs don't function properly. And as a result of all of this, he needs surgery. So he needs a double lung transplant, and he doesn't have the funding to do it.
I mean, my electric bill, my gas bill getting ready to get cut off now because I don't have the funds to keep it on.
I cannot explain to you the difficulty that Darren has had between fighting insurance companies, them arguing back and forth to decide who's responsible for paying for his surgery, dealing with just the daily chore of living and having to exist on labored breath, needing a double transplant, a double lung transplant.
We wanted to make sure you ain't had no problems paying your rent while you recover from surgery. So we have a check. We will pay your check, pay your rent for 6 months from Zion Church. For the next 6 months, Zion Church will pay your rent. Awesome. When a man has a situation like this happens to him, you really should have family celebrate this with you. So we know you have some local family members here, but because we didn't want you to celebrate this moment with the folks you see all the time, we drove your family here from New Jersey. Your 2 daughters, Bessie, Robin, James, Adia, Jessica, Eskedis, Rollo, Creisha baby father, Junebug, Skeeter. This is a resurrection, y'all. That's how you help the poor.
When I met Lakeisha, we were both shopping at BJ's Warehouse, but there was a time in the conversation where Lakeisha explained to me that her cousin has to come from Waldorf on Sundays to pick her up and get her and her children to church.
My cousin, when she's able to come up from Waldorf, she'll stop and come and pick us up and take us to church in the morning. When she's not able to go, unfortunately, we're not able to attend.
Unfortunately, her children have to be split up, 1 or 2 at a time, and brought to church that way because of the size of the car. Lakeisha doesn't have a car of her own, and the car that she did had just stopped working.
I got Dietrich Thomas and family heard about your situation. He gave us a $20 gas card. College Park Diner gave us a $100 gas card. This gas costs a lot now. Heavy Equipment Training Academy, $100 gas card. There was an anonymous donor, gave us another $100 gas card. The Leach family gave a $50 gas card. Pamela Hawthorne gave a $25 gas card. You got $440 in gas cards. Whoa. You don't have a car. You're going to need a car if you got gas. A Toyota Sienna, 7-passenger minivan. Just pulled up right there at the door. That's your car. Pastor Matthews driving it. It may be dinged up now.